out of the ground or off the trees before it has that chance to ripen and absorb those nutrients that it needs. What color are your bananas when you get to the supermarket?
Green.
Yellow and green. Nobody wants to buy brown bananas, right? So if you think about that visually, all of our produce, when you get to the market, they want it to be pretty and big and beautiful, and what we find is it's calorie dense but nutrient deficient. Our food supply is missing the nutrients, and then they spray it before they transport it with some fun chemicals, right? And so we put those in our body. So of course, I always recommend, if you can, first and foremost, organic, locally grown, things like that are really important. Because our food, again, is not really what it used to be. And then do we all live a really busy lifestyle? Would you guys all agree with that? Right? I work full time, I raised 4 kids, we went sport to sport to sport. It's not easy to eat healthy, but you have to prepare just a little bit, right? If you can spend a little time, maybe even on a day that you are not as busy, prepping for the week, that can make a tremendous impact. So all of these little things really can make a difference in our overall health, because would you agree our body is an amazing machine? Mm-hmm. It truly is. It can do a lot of things that it needs to do to keep us healthy, right? Have the energy we need, make sure we get good sleep quality, all of those things, if we give it the tools it needs to function efficiently. And in my opinion, there's a difference between being vertical, and why we're all vertical, right? Nobody wants to be horizontal unless they go to sleep at night. But it's a difference between being bare minimum and optimum. And I don't know about you, but I like to be optimum, right? I like to feel good. I like to have energy to get through my day, right? You do. No doubt. Absolutely. So these are some of the things that we're talking about here. Some of the reasons why I believe we need to add supplementation into the diet, right? And when you look at what the government is recommending, what's out on the food labels, the guidelines are low. Those guidelines are to keep us vertical, not to optimize. And so when we look at what people are doing in their daily routine, we find that, again, our food is calorie rich but nutrient deficient. And I do think a lot of people know what to do, right? Would you guys all agree that you can eat a little healthier? Yes? Yes? Yeah, I think we many of us know what to do, but it's not so easy. Because we do live crazy busy lives, right? We're juggling many, many different things. And so even though we know, I think it's hard to change some of those behaviors. So I always recommend do one little thing at a time, right? Make one little change. We just crossed over into the new year. What happens in the new year? What do people do? New Year's resolutions. They're mostly about health and wellness and weight loss, correct? Well, people take on these big, massive goals and say, I'm going to do it, this is my year, and then what happens a week or two into the new year? They fall off the wagon, exactly, because they can't sustain that kind of a commitment. So start with a smaller commitment. Start with a smaller one, and take little baby steps till you get to your end goal. That's okay. You guys think you could do that? Yeah. Awesome. So I have to include this FDA disclaimer. The FDA basically has not looked at my presentation, right? This presentation has not been evaluated by them. Our products are not intended to diagnose, to treat, to cure, or to prevent any disease. That's not why we supplement, right? We supplement to fill in the nutrient gaps. I'm always food first. Eat that good, healthy diet. Make sure you're getting in your good leaf protein. Make sure you're getting in your 9 to 12 servings of colorful fruits and vegetables a day. Make sure you're getting in your good, healthy fats. If you're having carbohydrates, I always recommend 100% whole grain carbohydrates. Supplement to fill in the nutrient deficiencies. Supplement to fill in, to support the body systems. Depending on you and your health goals, you might need a little extra support for your musculoskeletal system. You might need a little extra support for heart health or for cognitive health. Whatever that is that you might need support for, because you have your own struggles or you have family history, whatever that might be, we could give that extra support. So supplements are meant just for that, to supplement. But again, I do believe they are necessary. When we're talking about supplementation, this was really important to me. And this is why I came on board with this company and started sharing these products out in my practice with my patients 18 years ago. It's because of the quality. I did my homework. I did my research. I did my due diligence. And if you're a little bit of a geek like I am, you can read some of the literature too. But in 18 years I've been with this company, they have never disappointed. When new research, new science comes out, they actually will reformulate because their commitment to quality is tremendous. Now, I've been working behind the scenes. I've been honored to work with the corporate team and see what goes on behind the scenes. And this is all true. I was more impressed than I was before I even was there in the office. This company gets the best ingredients from the best sources. This company has all of our raw ingredients. They come with what's called their certificate of analysis. That means it's tested for purity, for potency, right? Our products are formulated based on science and research. So if the clinical study says you need 6 milligrams of this active ingredient for it to work properly, guess what we put in? 6 milligrams of that active ingredient. If the science says we need other things to make that or enhance the ability for that ingredient to work, we put in those ingredients as well so they can synergistically work together to benefit and enhance the efficacy of what we're doing with these products. All of our products are manufactured in what we call certified plants, certified GMP, meaning they follow good manufacturing protocol, and that's really important as well. So they're tested, and then if that's not enough, we send out an independent laboratory to pull product off and test, and it gets tested when it gets into our warehouse in Greensboro, North Carolina. Is that not above and beyond? It really is, because if you look at what else is going on out in the marketplace, it can be a little bit scary. It's a little bit of the Wild Wild West, right? So they really do a fantastic job, and that's why these products work so well. And I wanted to share this, and this is not to be, as a what's the word I'm looking for? Not to be a downer, because this is a product that I absolutely love and I've been taking since we launched it, but this is a product I included here because of the fact that we have just announced, and you might not have seen it yet come out, but it's out. This is a product that we're no longer going to be able to carry. Aww. I know. I'm extremely disappointed, but I included it here while I'm talking about quality control because I want you to know why. This was a product that our mushrooms were wild grown. Very difficult to keep the quality of something that's, in nature that we don't have control over. It's not synthetic. We don't add other things to it. And as the products were coming in to be tested to make sure it met our requirements, our high standards, they couldn't meet what our requirements were. So as disappointing as it is, I put this up as an illustration just to show you we're not putting anything out there unless it meets what we say it should meet or what it needs to meet. And that's why I just wanted to share it. And I know many times, you do see some products come and go, and you may or may not always have a full understanding of the reasons behind why the company makes the decisions that they make. But I wanted to share this with you so you have an understanding that, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to bring the best products out to market that we have to offer. And so this was a quality control issue. So I'm extremely disappointed, as I can see many of you are. I am actually going to talk about another product called our Prime Advanced Digestive Support Formula. That product can very easily replace this product. So we're going to talk about that today too. I think it's in my afternoon segment. So our Advanced Digestive Support Formula under our Prime line is what we're recommending as a replacement for this, and I'll share with you why that is. So again, all of our products are based on science, literature. We actually will go, again, above and beyond based on the literature and the science. We look at these clinically studied trademarked ingredients, and you will see that we have many of these clinically studied trademarked ingredients in our products. When you go onto our website, I love our sites because they explain, right? They don't only list the products, they explain what the products are. They explain why those ingredients are in there. And so you will see these trademarked ingredients as you look on our site. It's really a fantastic way, again, to formulate with the right ingredients. And then, of course, we don't get a benefit from our nutrients if we can't digest them, if we can't get them out of the stomach into the small intestine in a place where they can be shuttled over to the absorption sites. That's really important. So the delivery system makes an important choice in how we're taking certain things. I was a believer back before I was introduced to this company that in many cases, powders and liquids might have been a better option than things in a pill form. And that was because many pills had many binders and fillers and artificial ingredients. So when I was introduced to this isotonic delivery, I was really impressed. What isotonics basically means, it means the same pressure or the same tone as. So when you're mixing a certain amount of water with that certain powder, and we're going to talk about what that is in a moment, it forms a solution very similar to your body fluids. Your blood, your plasma, your tears, right? Things like that. And so when you drink them, preferably on an empty stomach, your brain says, oh, I don't need to really do anything. That's like it's already digested, and it goes right out of the stomach into the small intestine, and you get 95% availability of those nutrients. That doesn't mean you're going to absorb 95%. That depends on your gut health. We're going to talk about that after lunch too, right? So this is what we refer to as the isotonic advantage. It's this powder that will easily get squirted out of the stomach into the small intestine. It's a transport system to get those nutrients to the site where you can actually benefit from them. If you take something in a pill form, depending on the quality of the pill, depending on the binders and fillers and things like that, maybe you're going to get 30% of the nutrients. Here we're getting upward of 95% of the nutrients available. That's why when people say, is it possible I feel them already? The answer is yes, it's definitely possible you feel them already because you're actually getting something for what you're taking, right? So again, these are carefully formulated products that have an optimal rate to squirt out of the stomach. What I want to share with you is they do have some sugar in them. And I want to share that with you because people always ask me, well, Tamara, there's sugar in there, and you told me sugar's not great to add into my body, right? What I want you to know about our sugar, first of all, it's glucose, it's fructose. What's fructose? Anyone know? Fruit sugar. Our fructose is sourced from beets. Are beets bad for you? They're non-GMO beets, by the way. That's how we source our sugar and our isotonic, and part of the purpose of that sugar is to cause what we call this gastric emptying, that squirt out. It's the amount of fluid with the amount of carbohydrate in there, and that's what the sugar does. So what we refer to as low on the glycemic index, meaning it does not spike your blood sugar, and it's, again, sourced primarily from non-GMO beets. So that's the sugar in an isotonic. I'd like to explain that. And when we talk about how much, just to put it in perspective for you, one serving of our isotonics would be equivalent to approximately 2 grapes worth of sugar. So if you're doing 4 servings, how many grapes is that? 4. 4 servings of isotonics. I know it's early. I know it's early. Right? 2 grapes per serving, 4 servings, 8 grapes. Okay. So active ingredients change from product to product, but the basic ingredients in our isotonics are pretty much the same. They vary in amounts depending on the product, but they're pretty much the basic ingredients that allow us to put these supplements into what we refer to as an isotonic solution. You're welcome to take a picture of this if you like. When people ask, why is there sugar in the isotonics, I just want you to know why and where it's sourced from. Because that doesn't change your perspective, right? Of course. So some of the other ingredients help to buffer. Some of the other ingredients help so that the powder doesn't cake up. Some of the ingredients help with what we refer to as the drag out, right? They're even the maltodextrin, which people often ask. It's a nutritive form. It's also a non-GMO. It does not have the same effect. So everything in this base ingredient has a purpose there. So just some advantages. The isotonics products really clear the stomach at an optimal but controlled rate so that you can get those nutrients, as I said, in so that those shuttles can bring them over to the sites. So it's fast, it's controlled, and it works really, really well. The products are buffered. What that means is the nutrients are protected as it goes through the acid in the stomach. Because when nutrients sit in the acid in the stomach, guess what the acid does? It destroys them. So those base ingredients help to protect it, to get through the acid in the stomach so it doesn't degrade those nutrients. When we mix the powder with the water, you know how there's that little bit of fizz, that little bit of effervescence? That carbon dioxide actually has a purpose. That little bit of fizz, when you drink it, when it goes down into the intestines, it actually clears off the mucus off the absorption site. I like to refer to them as little scrubbing bubbles. They're not. But just to give you a little visual, right? Little scrubbing bubbles to help clear off the absorption site. So everything here is very thoughtful, right? All of our products, you'll see, they're very thoughtfully formulated. The delivery system has been well thought out. And that's really important. That's why these products work. Our isotonic supplements don't have any binders, any fillers. There is no soy, no wheat, and no dairy. We do have lists, by the way. If there are some guests here that you might need some further information, of course, go to the person that invited you. But we have lists that show like gluten-free, vegetarian, and we have badges up on our website. So again, this is just, in my opinion, one of the best ways to get our nutrients in to the absorption sites to give us the best and most efficient results of taking a supplement. Now, not everything can be suspended into an isotonic delivery, right? Think about oil. Does oil and water mix well? No. So our omega-3 fish oil, for instance, isn't a soft gel, right? Because that's where it needs to be. Maybe we have some nutrients that are in a herbal or botanical that we would not want to put it or suspend in an isotonic state because maybe it wouldn't taste great, maybe it wouldn't smell good, maybe it would just be too large of an amount that we would need to take in that type of a delivery to get the benefit. Because again, they always think about that. Right? There are some nutrients that need to go through with what we call that digestive drag. They get released as they go through the digestive process. Some of those phytonutrients or plant-based nutrients, things like that. So again, this company really goes above and beyond in terms of the best ingredients, the best sources, but also the best delivery system based on what those active ingredients are. Backed by science, clinically researched, and as I said, when new research comes out, we will reformulate these products, and I've seen it been done over the years, and that's pretty impressive to me. That's why I started with this company 18 years ago. That's why I stuck with this company for 18 years. That's why I started training on our products maybe 9 years ago, and that's why I'm very fortunate. Asked a question, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I don't know the answer to that, let me go find out, but that you have the confidence that you know what you have in your hands, and that these products truly have an impact on people, on their health, and I've seen it over and over and over and over again for the past 18 years. Sound good? Yes. Awesome. Okay, let's talk about some product. You ready? Yes. All right, we're going to start with some of the essentials. Right, when you build a house, what do you have to do first? Build the foundation. That's exactly right. So we're going to build the foundation, right? We talked about the need to supplement. We talked about the fact that it's really difficult to get all the vitamins and minerals in, right? So what I always say to people, we need to build the foundation, and then I want you to think to yourself, what are your own personal health goals, right? What are you thinking you might need for extra support besides filling in those nutrient gaps in your diet? Right? Is it for more energy? Is it for a better night's sleep? Is it for heart health? Is it for cognition? Whatever those are, we're going to lay the foundation. We're going to do a little bit of
Did you read it? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay?
She's good.
There we go. So vitamins and minerals, they really help to support the body and the body systems. They help to support the immune system, right? They help turn our food into energy. We're going to talk about some of those nutrients that do that. They help with mental clarity. They help support a good night's sleep. All of these things, including repairing our tissues. So when I started using products in my practice and making recommendations, people would ask me, well, how does that apply to physical therapy? I say, oh, how does it not? Right? If I'm trying to work with a patient so that they can heal, right? I need the nutrients available for those tissues. If I need a patient to do exercise that I'm prescribing to them, I need them to have the energy that they need to have to do that exercise. And so starting with a good solid multivitamin, multi-mineral is a great place to start. We have our Isotonics multivitamin. It is an option to come either with or without iron. It has 100% more of the daily essential vitamins and minerals, of course, in our isotonic delivery system. The iron, let me just mention, we use a special trademark iron called Sun Active. That iron is very gentle on the system. A lot of people don't like taking iron because it's very constipating, it doesn't taste good, it bothers them, it causes GI upset. So I just like to put that as a side note. Our iron is a trademark, very gentle type of an iron. So we have our Isotonics multivitamin, multimineral on the bottom left of the screen there, that again, with or without iron. We have our prenatal Isotonics, which unfortunately we did not have back in the day. I was actually pregnant with baby number 4 when I started working with this company, and I was making those awful prenatals. I wished we had this, but happy that we do have it now. We have our children's line of DNA Miracles, and then of course we can sort of tweak and specialize a little bit. We have our Isotonics 50 Plus, or our anti-aging Isotonics Essentials, which I love. Our Women's Health Essentials, to give women the extra support they need, physically, mentally, supporting through their cycles and things like that. And then we have our Daily Essentials, which I'm going to circle back to. So options, that's what we have, and that's what I love, because we can customize to whatever people need. Right, so after the multivitamin, the next foundational nutrient is our B vitamins. And it's important to supplement with B vitamins because we don't make them in the body, we need to take them. And they're water soluble, and they get depleted very easily. They get depleted with stress. They get depleted with lack of sleep. They get depleted with a poor diet. Depending on your diet and lifestyle, that is going to determine the amount of these maybe you should take, right? I have some individuals that will take 1 serving in the morning and again another serving later in the afternoon, gives them a little bit of, pick me up a little bit of energy. B vitamins are so important, not only for energy, they help